Hi, I'm Dr. Melissa Magnuson, and this is Lessons Across Species. I used to think Charlton was just aggressive. He would shake before I even touched him. His body was tight, eyes were scanning, barking was sharp and repetitive. And if you got too close, he'd lunge. If you push further, Charlton would bite. We braced ourselves before every single visit. Charlton's owner was sweet and was trying to help him. She'd hold him close, talk to him sweetly and reassuringly, but her body told a very different story. Her hands were tight, her voice carried a lot of tension, and every movement said something might go wrong. And it usually did. We talked about medication, not to sedate him into submission, but to give him a softer starting point. She hesitated. She didn't want him too sedate. So we kept working inside this storm. And then, one day, everything changed. During COVID, clients were not allowed inside. Pets came in alone. And I saw Charlton being carried down the hallway. No muzzle, no struggle. I stopped and I asked, "Is that Charlton?" The technician said, "Yes, he's so sweet. He's such a love bug." I didn't believe her. I walked over expecting the usual reaction. It never came. He was alert, a little guarded, but not rigid. He wasn't scanning. I did a full exam. No muzzle, no sedation, no fight. There wasn't a miracle. There was an absence of Charlton's owner's anxiety. And once you see that, you start seeing it everywhere. In cats, it looks different. They don't lunge or bark, they compress. I think of the ones who come in soaked in urine after the car ride. The owner will say, "They know better." But that's not a choice, that's overwhelm. The system crossed a threshold and lost control. Birds show it too, but differently. A social bird can become very silent or withdrawn, or maybe they start damaging their own feathers. Different species, same pattern. Anxiety is a state of heightened vigilance with uncertainty, and it doesn't stay contained. It moves. We tend to think of anxiety as something private, happening inside one body. But in exam rooms, in homes, and in shared environments, it rarely stays there. It travels through the tone of voice, muscle tension, speed of movement, expectation. If one nervous system is activated, the other one follows. But we misunderstand it. We label the behavior instead of the state. We call the dog aggressive, the cat disobedient, the bird neurotic. And when we do that, we treat the surface instead of the source. That can delay care. It can lead to force, and it doesn't actually resolve anything. It just suppresses it until it comes back. Seeing this changed how I practice. I pay attention to the human as much as the animal. I slow things down. I change how we enter the room. I ask different questions. How do you feel about being here today? What are you worried might happen? What would your body feel like right now? Those aren't soft questions, they're clinical because your pet isn't just responding to the world, they're responding to your experience of the world. If you're bracing, they feel it. If you're scanning for danger, they join you. If you expect something to go wrong, their body prepares for that outcome, even if it never comes. This doesn't mean you need to be perfectly calm. That's not realistic. But awareness changes things. Loosening your grip, slowing your breath, softening your voice. Small shifts can change the entire interaction. So maybe the question isn't whether anxiety is contagious. Maybe it's this. If it is, what are we passing on without realizing it. If this changed how you see your pet's behavior, I wrote more about it in this week's Lessons Across Species essay on Substack. And if you want more of these patterns, what animals quietly teach us about ourselves, subscribe here so you don't miss the next one.